Alright, it's about it's late July, and we want to look at spikenard here. So we kind of missed the flowers, unfortunately. They've just finished blooming, and now they're going into fruit. This is Aralia racemosa, spikenard. So the ginseng family is actually the Araliaceae. So this plant gives its name to this genus gives its name to the family. All of them have tonic properties. They're all highly sought after as wild foods in Japan in the spring. The shoots of anything in the Aralia family. So we'll look at Japanese spikenard in a minute. This is the native spikenard, which would no doubt be prized by them as well. The fruit, this is going to turn a nice rich purple, and it makes quite a lot of fruit. You can see the clusters here in the axils of the leaves. So those are tinctured, and sometimes people even make them into a jelly. They have a very nice flavor. The root of this also has a pleasant flavor. And one of its names is Life of Man. So it's been used as a sort of general tonic, similar to ginseng, but with specifically an affinity for the lungs and for coughs. But the American Indians used it in a lot of different ways, and settlers as a spring tonic, blood cleanser, whatever exactly that means. The root has been pounded and mashed and used as a poultice for various sores and wounds and to promote healing. And we tincture the root and use it as part of a tonic formula. So it has a pleasant flavor. It could also be a nice ingredient for root beer, say, and there's another Aralia called wild sarsaparilla, which you can use the same way. This one makes a very big spreading root. So this is one of the biggest herbs you're going to see in the woods. Quite distinctive in that regard. Pretty easy to grow from seed. This one does not spread by the roots. So I'm not sure whether it could be grown from root cuttings or not. The Japanese one that we'll look at next can definitely be grown from root cuttings. But we collect the seeds, plant it in the autumn, and they germinate pretty readily in the springtime. This is about as big as it gets, and it gets multi-stalked. The stems are this is fairly distinctive, the purple stems. They're a little bit rough, not totally smooth, but not all that rough either by comparison with the other Aralias. So that's Aralia racemosa, spikenard. A local name for it is Spikenard. Alright, so here we have Udo and spikenard side by side. This is the Udo. It's taller, and it can get a lot taller than this. This can get 10 feet by 10 feet if it's happy. And here's the spikenard down here. You can see it's just going from flowers into fruit. So the fruit's more in the axils of the stem. The stem is more purple and not completely smooth, but a lot smoother than this stem. The stem of the Udo is very rough. You can probably even see, or we'll make a close-up. It's very bristly and more green. And as I said, this one will get a lot bigger. This one will spread by the roots and make a colony, which this one will not. So those are some of the differences. Both really good plants. This one is highly prized vegetable. We filmed that already, of harvesting the Udo in the spring, and I'm sure this could be done exactly the same way if you wanted to blanch it and get the spring shoots. They wouldn't be quite as massive as this, because this is just not as big a plant as this, but it can get pretty big. Alright, while we're looking at Aralias, we want to look at this one here. This is another local Aralia, a native plant, Aralia spinosa. So it's a small tree, usually single stalk, that is to say not branching, and it will make a colony after a while if it's left undisturbed by root sprouts. So it never gets a whole lot bigger than this, 15-20 feet, and it's very thorny, so it's known as Devil's Club or Hercules Club, which is a name also applied to prickly ash, which is another small thorny tree. And this one does not have a whole lot of uses. The fresh bark is thought to be emetic and purgative. There's a reference to the berries being tinctured and used for toothache. It's going to make, you can see it's a giant leaf, sometimes grown as an ornamental just for these huge compound leaves. And then it's going to make a giant panicle of pink flowers followed by purple fruit covered with bees. The bees are really fond of the flowers when they bloom. There is a woody Aralia species out on the west coast, Opopanax, Aralia family that is, also called Devil's Club, which is used for diabetes, and there are some indications that this plant can be used for diabetes as well. So that's currently under study. It would be the bark. I believe that it was used in that way, dried bark. So that's Aralia spinosa. You see it sometimes along roadsides, native plant.